Nice tatas.
Sorry.
Believe. I'm kind of in the spirit, but not really.
Okay.
I don't have any Christmas shirts. I have a pair of Christmas leggings.
Well, I had to
But
go buy one, so
My stuff's in storage.
probably for warmer weather.
Oh yes. Yes. My Christmas shirt is a very thin long sleeve shirt.
All right. Are we ready to get started?
yeah, I'm tired, so you might have to excuse me on some stuff. So,
Well, that's all right. Since this was your idea, why don't you explain it and then go ahead and start it?
okay. Well, I thought that it might be a good idea to talk about maybe some places that we might like to take our families for like a Christmas vacation.
Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
um, and we didn't set any boundaries on it, meaning you don't have to stay within the United States or you can. There were no boundaries. So whatever each one of us decided to do is what we did. So that's how that happened. And I chose four, but one of them I might leave out. Might just do three. And I know Karen told me what she did, and I'll let her tell us now.
I
You
only
tell
did
us.
two.
Okay, but you went outside of the US.
I did, yes. Both of mine are European.
See, and I thought about doing that, and I also thought about a cruise, like a family going on a cruise.
That would be cool.
Yeah, but I didn't go that route, so and I don't know what Shalon did.
When you first suggested this and Karen told me, I was of the mind of wait, Christmas and vacation do not go together. Like this is an oxymoron. This doesn't make sense. My brain can't comprehend this.
Not unless it's a National Lampoon,
right?
Screenplay or something.
Well, now you know how our family is, though, now, right? So it very well may be. Yes.
So what I did is it took me a minute to get thinking about it, but I kind of went back to like a young Shalon, what she would have wanted. And
That's
then
fine.
I did like a mommy Shalon, what she would have wanted to what I am right now. If you ask me.
Yeah.
So
that's fine. Well, mine were because when Karen and I were growing up, a lot of the Christmas stories and postcards and movies, and they were all set in like New England communities, small towns in New England.
Yes.
So I took us to two different places, or I would like to take us to two different places in New England.
Okay. When you win the lottery, we'll do that.
That sounds good. Sounds awesome. The first one I picked is in Vermont. It's called Woodstock, Vermont, and it's not the 1969 Woodstock. That Woodstock is New York.
New York,
yeah. So, just a little bit of historical information about Woodstock, Vermont is it's a site of the first ski tow, aka ski lift, in America.
Oh.
It was established in 1934, and it's the only town in America right now that has. And I found two different places that said two different things. It's either 5 or 6 church bells cast by Paul Revere and Company.
Wow.
Four of them are still operational.
That is fantastic.
So, wouldn't it be awesome to go there for Christmas and actually go to one of those churches for a service, right?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. Awesome. And to hear that bell.
Yes.
Yes. It is located on the banks of and give me a second on this river, Ottaquechee River. Hopefully I've got that right.
Yeah, go with that. I have no clue.
And from what I read, it's a picturesque winter wonderland during the holidays with festive decorations, holiday activities, and variety of things to do. And one thing they do is called a wassail weekend. You ever heard of wassail?
Wassailing, yes.
Wassailing.
Yes.
Yeah. Wassailing, which is also caroling. but it's also a drink, kind of like that Swedish glögg that I talked about,
Right. Okay.
like a mulled wine.
Yeah.
Because years and years ago, what the people would do, and this is like over in Europe, what they would do is they would go around the house singing, but then you would give them treats and booze.
Biggie pudding.
Okay. Yeah, you'd give them stuff like that. But it would they would sometimes end up getting really rowdy because of the alcohol and stuff. So they got rid of that and then just went around singing. So that's where we get Christmas caroling. So
Well, I imagine
but
if you are out and it's cold and you are going
Mhm.
through the town singing, a nice warm drink would be wonderful.
yes,
Sure.
yes, and it is a warm drink. It's a spiced ale or mulled wine, is what it is.
Mm-hmm. I know Arnie's youth group, and this has been a number of years ago, actually picked a couple of communities and they did go Christmas caroling.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, their youth choir did that.
That's
Gosh,
nice.
now we're about 35 kids.
Wow, that's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
I have never experienced live caroling like that.
Me either. Me
I
either.
have.
It'd be wonderful.
Down there at the house in Florida, they came once. I guess you weren't at the house when they came, Shalon.
No, I
Oh,
wasn't.
I remember you told me about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
it was
married
nice.
and moved
Yeah.
out. So yeah. I mean, I've seen carolers at Disney
Mm-hmm.
that are dressed in the period piece, the
Yeah.
Oh, like the
yeah.
Charles
Like Victorian.
Dickens,
Charles, there you go, Charles
the
Dickens.
Victorian
Yeah.
era stuff. Yeah. We are not sponsored by Aldi. This was just a cute, cheap cup, and I wanted it. So,
Nor are we sponsored by Guy Harvey.
Or whoever made this one. I don't know who made it.
Tervis tumbler.
Okay, my mom sent it to me. So
yes.
Yeah. Dee Dee, you got me this cup
did I? Okay.
Was it a Christmas
ages
gift?
ago.
Was it a Christmas
I think it was birthday.
Oh, okay.
Close enough to Christmas.
Close enough to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Seasonal gift.
Yes.
Yes. So
Okay,
now
go ahead.
some of the longstanding celebrations might include like historic homes that are decorated for the holidays, shops in town that are decorated for the holidays to go shopping and stuff, carriage rides through downtown. They
that
have a
would be nice.
parade in like holiday costumes and face paint. They have a medieval style pageant with the local high school performers. And then they
Really?
have other holiday activities might include like open houses where you can go in and like have like a buffet and drinks and stuff. Winter fairs, but I talked about the winter fair already for the Wassail weekend. They have what they call cookie walks, where you pay a fee and you're given a box to fill with various vendors at various vendors' tables of cookies. You fill your box with cookies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a cookie walk. And then they have Christmas at the Farm that includes ornament making and a decorated 1890s farmhouse.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And the weather would be chilly, anywhere from -3 degrees Fahrenheit up to a heat wave of 49 degrees Fahrenheit. So it can be anywhere in that range. So it's going to be chilly or downright cold if you go. Some other attractions that the town has is the F.H. Gillingham and Sons General Store, which has been operated by the same family for 108 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I love stuff.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think it would have been neat if Grandma had kept her general store and handed it down.
That would have been awesome.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Her house too.
Yes, definitely her house.
Yeah. The Prince and the Pauper restaurant, which serves continental cuisine, is a good place to go to eat if you're going to go. Now, the Wassail weekend is the premier event in Woodstock, Vermont. And some of the specifics about it are historic homes decorated. They have music. Holiday music is played throughout the village. The ancient tradition of wassailing is celebrated with the aroma of mulled cider filling the air. So they kind of try to bring that back, but without the alcohol. Yep. Carriage rides, parades, scavenger hunts are available.
Oh, that would be cool.
You can have a Victorian Christmas because they have like a Victorian Christmas there if you want. The 40th annual Wassail Weekend is taking place this weekend in Woodstock, Vermont. So it's too late this year, but if you're interested in going to that, now is the time to plan for next year.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I picked Jackson, New Hampshire.
What's in New Hampshire?
Yeah.
Jackson, New Hampshire. Hold on a second. It's a popular destination for Christmas celebrations. They have a lot of activities and decorations. There's a community-wide event that was like a tree lighting. Santa visits Jackson for the first time. Sleigh rides, gift wrapping classes, and a lot more. Then they have what's called Christmas at the Wentworth, which is an inn that offers festive settings, holiday activities, and a Christmas Day feast. So if you're going to go there with your family, you could stay here and have your Christmas feast with them.
Wow.
Christmas Farm Inn and Spa. It's an inn that's decorated with the Christmas spirit. And some say it has some of the best Christmas decorations in the area. So I've heard of the Christmas Farm Inn and Spa before.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't.
Yeah, me neither.
Santa's Village, which is a Christmas-themed amusement park in the town, offers activities like feeding reindeer, listening to Christmas carols, and taking selfies with elves. Jingle Bell Chocolate Tour is a tour from the Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce, including sleigh rides and chocolate sampling. Sounds yummy.
I was going to say chocolate Santas.
I did too. Well, they probably are chocolate Santas.
Probably. Mm-hmm. Christmas in the Mountains celebration. It's a weekend-long event at the Mount Washington Resort in Britton Woods, and it takes place on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So that's another thing where if you want to take your family for Christmas. And I've heard of this too, it's Christmas in Bethlehem. It's a family-friendly festival in Bethlehem that transforms the main street into a winter wonderland.
Wow.
I've heard of that before. And other activities in the White Mountains during Christmas time might include Santa train rides, live performances, holiday dinners, firework displays, New Year's parties, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, downhill skiing, ice skating, and horse-drawn sleigh rides.
Wow.
The next one I have is Alexandria, Virginia.
Alexandria, Virginia.
Yep.
I thought about doing Williamsburg.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have Colonial Williamsburg down there around Busch Gardens. Took me a minute to remember.
Busch Gardens is a fun place at Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to Tampa around Christmas.
No, get down.
I just gave him the eye because he was licking.
Yeah. Oh.
So he's like, "Oh, you want to talk to me?"
Oh. Alexandria, Virginia is a festive destination during the holidays with historic charm, twinkling lights, and a variety of events. Old Town Alexandria, which is a nationally designated historic district, is a must-visit if you're going to be in Alexandria. They have cobblestone streets, gas lanterns, and 18th century townhouses, which creates a European Christmas village feel.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. Holiday tree lighting. The annual holiday tree lighting in front of City Hall features musical performances, Santa and Mrs. Claus, and a welcome by the town crier.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Alexandria Scottish Christmas Walk Parade.
Ooh.
It is a mile-long parade which features Scottish clans in colorful tartans, bagpipes, and drum performances, and they have their terriers and hounds along with them on the parade.
Yeah, how cool would that be?
That would be awesome. Alexandria Holiday Boat Parade of Lights. It's a parade that takes place on the Potomac River with boats. I mean, coming from Venice, I am familiar with boat parades. They're very nice, and this is probably similar to that. So
it can be nice.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes when you're there and you're on the water and the wind's blowing and it's cold and you're like, I'm going to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have open air winter markets, and they're markets that feature live music, shopping, and you might even see Santa walking around. And then they have what they call Plaid Friday.
Plaid Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
PLAID Friday. Plaid
Yeah, we should.
Friday. And this is the way Alexandria supports and celebrates the small businesses in town.
Okay.
So on Black Friday and the Saturday, they celebrate the small businesses and try to get as many people as they can to shop from those small businesses in their town instead of the big box stores and the online fortresses, of like Amazon and the malls.
Right.
Stay away from those and go into the smaller shops in town. So
Right.
it's
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. That's awesome. For this year is the first time they've had what they're calling a Very Merry ALX Jazz Fest.
ALX?
Alexandria.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, I looked, and it looks like they had it on December 9th, and it looks like they had it again on December 13th. So if they had it twice, it was probably fairly successful.
Yeah.
So you might be able to look for this next year.
Hmm.
Okay. And then you can have after hours at the Torpedo Factory.
The Torpedo Factory?
Like a literal torpedo?
Well, I was like, what do they mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand, and then so I looked it up. It's a popular event, but it's a Torpedo Factory Art Center is the former U.S. Navy Torpedo Station, a naval munitions factory on the banks of the Potomac River in Old Town Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
Which was converted into an art center in 1974.
Wow.
The facility is located at 105 North Union Street near the eastern end of King Street.
That's neat.
Yes. And you also have like Mount Vernon, which is just a stone's throw away from Alexandria, which is historic George and Martha Washington's estate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could also go there and see what they've got going on. I'm sure that would be lovely to see the decorations.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Hot person national treasure.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Those are the three that I picked, and I also thought it would be nice to take your family. Let me get back to it. To Boone, North Carolina.
Okay.
Really?
I've been to Boone, North Carolina. It's a nice town.
Yeah.
It's a lovely town. And they've got all kinds of stuff going on at Christmas. They decorate for Christmas. They have a parade.
Is it even still standing? Wasn't that hit by the floods?
It was. So you may not be wanting to go to Boone right now, but maybe in a few years they probably will be up and be festive, and you going can actually help them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, even going to North Carolina in general, I think would help.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. Yes. So
I mean, go now, but it's more of a mission trip versus a vacation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What did you have?
Okay. So, like I said at the beginning, it took me a minute to wrap my brain around a Christmas vacation. But when I was younger, I used to say that I wanted to be in New York City, Times Square for my birthday, which is New Year's Eve, which is very close to Christmas. So I kind of just backtracked a little bit and thought it would be great if you spend a couple weeks in New York for Christmas and New Year's. And I realized that when I was a kid, how influenced I was by movies. Like most kids, right? And I thought of the movie Big Business. Do you remember this movie?
I do. Okay. It's a good film.
And Home Alone 2. And in those two movies, they stay at the Plaza Hotel in New York. And I believe one of the words you used to describe this was a fantasy vacation. And I went all the way to the fantasy.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Because I actually looked up how much it would cost to stay at the Plaza Hotel from December 23rd to January 2nd. for a family of 4. And the penthouse suite would cost $83,590.
Even if I do win the lottery, I'm not paying that.
No.
Sorry, no.
If that's a little too pricey, you can get an Edwardian suite, which is only $39,580. But this,
You can buy a house for that.
I know, it's insane to think that people have this, because when I was on the reservation site on the penthouse, it said only 1 left. I was like, okay, how many do you have? And all these are already booked.
Yeah,
that's insane. But it's, for some reason, I feel like because of those 2 big movies and just watching New Year's Eve and Christmas in New York, I would have, when I was younger, I would have really enjoyed being there probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I get that, because what steered me on 2 of mine was my experiences when I was a child.
Yeah.
Going to New England for the Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought of ice skating in Rockefeller Center, by the big Christmas tree, to go to the New York City Ballet and watch the Nutcracker, to shop at FAO Schwartz, which is also from a movie.
Yes.
Big, if you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
To see a Broadway show, to do a city tour for the museums, see the Empire State Building, see another iconic building from a movie, the museum, the Metropolitan Museum of Art from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Let's see, a horse-drawn carriage ride, Central Park Zoo, and then ending with New Year's Eve in Times Square. Merry Christmas, happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
I am never going to be able to afford.
Yeah, no.
All right, so next I thought of Mommy Shalon. And for a time when the girls were little, we actually were Disney pass holders. So I thought of Disney World at Christmas. I have experienced Disney World close to Christmas. It's a little maddening, but it is. And I know Disney's got a lot of bad publicity lately, but before all of that, because this was pre-COVID, Disney and seeing your little kids, especially little girls, react to it is just amazing.
Just watch them light up.
Yes. And one of my favorite things to do while we were pass holders, we go to the parks all the time, is be able to be close to somebody who's never been there on a ride before and watch them. Love it. Love it. Okay. So my fantasy Mom Shalon Christmas vacation would be taking my family to the Wilderness Lodge and stay at a cabin.
And that's
on Disney grounds.
On Disney grounds, okay.
Yes. Then go to Magic Kingdom and take the girls to the Bippity Boppity Boutique, which is in Cinderella's castle.
Yeah.
And it's a spa that they make them a princess.
Aww.
You decide which costume you want. You can pick whatever. They give you a little tiara. They fix your hair. They do your nails. The whole 9. They make you a little princess.
And then they get to wear that through the.
Yep. They wear it all day.
The park, right?
Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
Do they do that for the queens?
No. It's from like 5 to 12-year-olds.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
My mom might be able to pass for a 12-year-old. She's so tiny and small.
Hey, Disney, do a villains boutique
Ooh,
for the adults.
Yes. That would be great.
Anyway, but that's actually a rule. I don't know if you know this about Disney, is if you're an adult, you cannot costume.
Right.
A kid can, but an adult cannot, because it would be confusing for the kids versus the characters.
Right.
So they
Yeah.
want to keep the dream alive that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have seen adults, and I've seen this on like Instagram Reels and TikTok and things, where somebody might want to represent Snow White. So they wear the colors.
Yeah.
And they wear the hair the way that it's supposed to be, or they wear glass slippers and blue.
They do have days at Disney where you can dress up. I know they have like a Dapper Day where, everybody dress up like the old timey, what do you call them? Like barbershop quartets and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you said everybody wears, most everybody has a pair of Mickey ears. Everybody's got a shirt on that says Disney. So yeah. But
Dee Dee, your hair.
Oh, sorry.
that's all right.
I love it. I love it.
So also at the Magic Kingdom is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which is a separate ticketed event
Okay.
from your actual park pass. And it runs from 7 p.m. until midnight. And only people who buy this special ticket are allowed in the park at that time. So it's not as many people. The lines are a little bit shorter, that type of thing. You get a special parade just for the Christmas party. You get special fireworks just for the Christmas party.
Wow.
You get unlimited cookies and hot chocolate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they also make it snow. Florida snow. This is bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yeah. You've seen the snow machines like in parades and stuff. They have a bunch of bubbles come out at you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I thought of something that I really wish we could have done for the girls is at Disney's Hollywood Studios. There's the Jedi Training Academy.
Oh, wow. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a couple $100.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
But they take the kids backstage. It's very interactive. They get the Jedi cloak, they get the lightsaber. It's a whole big thing. They teach them how to fight.
That'd be cool.
If I had to pick a favorite roller coaster at Disney, it would actually be Thunder Mountain, not Magic Mountain, or sorry, Space Mountain. Apologize if that offends anyone.
Well, to each his own.
Yeah.
Or to each her own. There we go.
Yeah. But yeah, Disney is a lot of fun, especially for the littles. Now, when you get to Shalon today, my reaction is I do not want to go anywhere for Christmas. I just want to stay home. And the funny thing is when I asked my husband, he said the same thing. Because I asked him, what's a dream Christmas vacation? And he was like, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay home. But I also did ask my children what their dream Christmas vacation was. And I got different answers.
Mm-hmm.
My youngest wants to go to Universal.
Okay.
Me and Dee and Mother and Aunt Judy would go to Universal almost every year when I was younger.
Yeah.
I prefer Universal over Disney. But that's just me. I like it all. Mm-hmm. I have actually not been to Universal since they put in the Harry Potter stuff, which is me either.
Horrible. But so I kind of agree with this one. I would actually like to go to Universal to experience the Harry Potter stuff because I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I would just like to go for the Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the Islands of Adventure. Now, my oldest. She goes on destination Christmas vacations. Okay, she chose Paris or Hawaii, and I did not even know this was a thing.
I didn't either.
There is a pig beach in the Bahamas.
Pig, P-I-G, oink, oink.
Oink, oink.
Okay.
There's a wild pig population on this island in the Bahamas that people can fly to or boat to and spend the day laying on the sand in pig poop with pigs.
Now, are these formerly tamed pigs that are now wild?
They've
got to be, because wild boars will tear you apart.
Yeah,
no, these are pigs. They're not boars.
No.
We've seen pictures of them. They're pigs.
They're like Wilbur.
Okay.
Yeah, or like what we had when we were growing up.
Okay, so domesticated pigs that are now wild.
Domesticated pigs that that live on the islands. Evidently, they're friendly. People will swim with them and pet them and whatever. I don't know.
I'm not swimming in that water.
No.
Well,
I mean, ocean water anyway is gross.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All kinds of fish in that water pooping and stuff. So.
I thought it was funny because she caught me out of left field on that one. So to wrap up the Today Shalon would love to just have a place that is isolated, quiet, cozy with family games and recipes and movies. May also be a cabin somewhere in Alaska or Scotland.
How about in the Smoky Mountains?
That's not isolated enough.
She wants no internet.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been to Alaska, but it was a cruise in the summer, and they don't cruise in the winter. Because I did also think of a cruise.
So you can't cruise Alaska in the winter?
No, it's too much ice. You've watched Deadliest Catch?
That is a lot of ice.
It's too much ice.
Man, that's a lot of ice.
Yeah.
Well, now, when I was looking stuff up for this, now my two destinations are both over in Europe, but I went to U.S. News, to their travel blog, and they have a list of best Christmas vacations. And I'm looking over this way to my second monitor here so I can read this to you. The first one is in Prague. That's number 1. Number 2 is Quebec City. And number 3 is the Maldives.
Oh, mercy. It's
go
out there.
Okay.
Right? But the water, the pictures I've seen of the water in the Maldives is like, wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Then there's Tromsø. I think I'm pronouncing this correctly. It's a Norwegian city. Go watch the Northern Lights and stuff.
That's what I was thinking of with Alaska and Scotland, too.
Yeah. Number 5 is Leavenworth, but this is not Leavenworth, Kansas. You're not going to prison. This is in Leavenworth, Washington.
Yeah, I actually looked at that one too.
A lot of skiing and stuff up there. Yeah. Number 6 is Aspen. Number 7 is Rome. Number 8, New York City. Number 9 is Munich. You go, best known for Oktoberfest, but also for their Christmas celebrations. Then there's Salzburg, that at number 10, Vienna at number 11, Honolulu at number 12, Park City, Utah at number 13, Charleston, South Carolina at number 14.
What?
Yeah, I actually looked at Charleston, South Carolina as for a southern one too.
Charleston, South Carolina over that?
Yeah, for some reason, Charleston, South Carolina was 14, and Edinburgh is number 15. Then at number 16 is Key West. I think there's 18 of these. Cape Town, South Africa.
Okay. And
Helsinki at number 18. But I thought that was an interesting list.
Wow. So, Karen, you take your family on a tour of Christmas lights?
Would I?
I don't know.
Sure.
Sounds like it.
I mean, I would, yeah. But the first place that I want to go to.
Of course.
Scotland. Now, you can actually book trips, and it'll have your, not food, of course, but hotel stay and tours and things like that. But winter activities in Scotland, 12 days of Christmas breaks in Scotland.
I think we'd all like to go to Scotland,
honestly. I would love it, yeah. I mean, we are 34% Irish, but
33% English, Scottish, Welsh.
Right. I feel more connected to that side than I do
too.
anything else. It's talking about
Quarry Island.
No, inside.
Oh, inside.
It's whatever this is. Coorie, Corey, I guess.
Quarry.
But it's a hot chocolate with some kind of a gelato in it.
Moo pie gelato. So it's like a.
You're right. Like a cow pie.
Cow pie.
And you could go look at Dean Castle that they have lit up. You can probably hear my dog in the background wallering around over there. Now, Dean Castle this year is 900 years old.
Wow.
Right?
That's old.
That is old. There's a botanical garden here as well, and it's all decorated and lit up. And you go, I mean, you walk through it, you get food. Is he done?
I don't know. Now he's coming over here to bug us.
Yeah.
I hear he's nudging my elbow.
Now, so you can go ski boarding, snowboarding. What do you mean it is a place?
Seabeds Luxury Lookout Lodges in Woodlands, Glencoe.
Oh, yeah, in Glencoe. But they're talking about learning the language. Do you know your Flynn? From your Seasker? Not Seaster. Or your Glooming from your Flucra? But that's
Scots and
Gaelic, right, Scots, and Doric translations, and all of that is associated with Scotland's winter weather. Go to the beach at Findhorn Beach and watch the sunsets. I did look to see the weather for Scotland in December, and it's kind of mild, actually.
Surprisingly mild.
Yeah. More like what you would find in Southern Virginia or North Carolina.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yep. Now, you can go look at Stabberg, which is the highest peak. Hello, sir. In Glencoe, and it's a snow-topped mountain, and there's hiking.
What was it you were saying about knowing your Flynn and your sister or something? Do you know your Flynn on your sister's lap?
Yeah. Now, there is a glowing tunnel filled with fairy lights at this botanical place. I forget the name of it. Oh, do they have it listed?
There's an Iron Brew Carnival.
Iron Brew Carnival, Christmas markets, dinner events, theater shows. They also do live theater like Beauty and the Beast, and you can see stories from Mother Goose in Perth. And if you are looking for dancing, you can look for Scottish trad music events with Manrin and Peat Bog Fairies. That's the name of a group. And the Red Hot Chili Pipers.
That's good.
Yeah, I thought that was cute. You can also, it looks good, don't it? It's a sauna, but it's got a very large window overlooking, I'm going to assume that's the ocean.
Yes.
It looks too big to be a lock to me.
Oh yeah, that's definitely on the coast side.
But they call it a salt box sauna. Now you could find outdoor saunas all over the place in Scotland, apparently, and not just Finland or Iceland or Greenland.
Right. There's also a bunch of little cabins you can come across, especially if you're hiking in the mountains up there for some refuge.
This is the Flynn show, right?
Yes, apparently.
He wants to go to Scotland too.
If you want to try something new, they have a big place that is a wave garden. Are you familiar with that? Have you heard of that?
I know what that is.
Yeah, if you've seen commercials for cruise ships, you see people trying to surf.
Okay, yeah.
It's
okay.
a wave machine. Well, this is a wave garden where they have a lot of them. And this guy is like surfing.
He's got
a surfboard.
Yeah, it's a surfboard versus a boogie board, which is what you see on the cruise ships.
Right. You could do that. And you can also, yes. I knew you would like this. You need to get down, sir.
A Highland cruise safari.
Yes. Come get down. Oh my goodness.
He says, I want to see the cruise.
Yes. You can also walk around and see the Highland cows. And if you're not familiar with Highland cows, they're the ones that have bangs.
They're very much in the decor of a lot of things nowadays.
Yeah, you can also see mountain hares, marine wildlife, majestic stags. I'm going to assume they're talking about the deer.
Probably red deer.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, they're huge.
They have a pass. You can purchase this pass in Scotland, and it gives you access to the castles, to Edinburgh, to like pretty much everything. This is what I would get. I would get this pass. And I would go look at all the things.
I don't know the names of the castles.
Except for Edinburgh Castle.
Well, that one, yeah. That one, yeah, because Edinburgh is a place that you see, at least it pops up on my social media a lot at Christmas.
Yes. One of the other things that's really good to do in Scotland is that you can see the Northern Lights. You go out away from the city where you don't have all of the light pollution, and you could actually see the Milky Way.
Isolated.
That's what that is right there. Yes.
Isolated.
She's over here. She's tapping her paper. This is what I said. Isolated. And then they do
New
Year's, which they call Hogmanay.
Hogmanay.
Hogmanay, N-A-Y, not N-Y. Hogmanay. I don't know how you pronounce it. If you're from Scotland and you're listening, or if you're somebody that knows it, tell me.
I've heard Hogmanay, but
yeah, they don't always pronounce all their vowels and consonants. So
well, true. And if you're talking about the Edinburgh Scottish accent, it's not as thick as everybody else. People from Edinburgh actually sound
more English.
Somewhat British. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more English.
Ooh.
How to Celebrate Christmas in Scotland talks about all of the different things that you can go do, right? But specifically, it's talking about Scottish Christmas. I'm turning into Sean Connery. Christmas traditions.
I mean, that's appropriate.
It is. And they do things the same way that we do here in the United States, Canada, the UK. You have a meal on Christmas Day, you exchange gifts, you sit around and converse, you play games. Pretty much it's all the same. Then they have the Viking tradition of burning a Yule log. They've done that. Mm-hmm. I mean, they even go so far as kids leaving out snacks for Father Christmas, but they don't typically do milk and cookies. They'll do like a biscuit and
a cookie.
Either wine or bourbon. Some kind of whiskey. The open air market in Edinburgh. So look at the castle there up on the hill.
See it.
This looks huge.
Look, it's like a little carnival, even, because
there's a merry-go-round. Yeah, there's a Ferris wheel.
That looks like like the swings.
Yes, but it's an open air market where you can go around. And you can get your tchotchkes and your souvenirs, T-shirts, gifts. Now it talked about the typical Scottish Christmas food. So for the main meal, you would end up with probably a roast turkey, or a goose, or roast beef. But you can also have soup, salmon, pate, haggis. Those are your starters. And then for your sides, you have cranberry sauce, some kind of potato, roasted or mashed, and something that they call pigs in a blanket. Now, pigs in a blanket here in the United States is like a weenie or a sausage wrapped in bread. But in Scotland, it is a sausage wrapped in bacon.
Bacon. Do you think you would like haggis?
I have given a lot of thought to that, and I don't think I would.
Dee Dee, what about you? Do you think you would like
Well,
haggis?
I don't know, but I'm not brave enough to try it. So
I don't
mean, I
want to
may
eat
be-
intestines.
I mean, if you fry it, I'd try it.
and my heritage may go back to that part of the world, but I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I probably would. I mean,
Try
I
most
like.
anything fried, right?
Well, that is true.
Deep fried.
Well, I mean, we like chicken livers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're okay. The older I've gotten, the less I've liked chicken livers.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I still like chicken livers, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
When
If I were at a restaurant and they had like a sample platter and they had that on it, I would try it.
Okay, so I have a question. When your hubs shoots a deer, what do y'all do with the organ meat?
He usually just tosses them, lets the vultures get them. But he
Oh.
will occasionally bring the liver because it's huge. I mean, a deer liver is like huge,
Yeah.
maybe even bigger than that. I don't really care for the venison liver. I mean, it's okay, but my liver limit is chicken livers. But his mom likes it, so he will
Okay.
occasionally claim the liver and take it to his mom.
I just asked because we were talking about how mother makes her stuffing, and she uses the innards of the turkey in the stuffing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she doesn't use its intestines and stuff like that.
Or
Well,
the
that's
bladder or
not
anything
that's
like
not
that.
in that.
Those are gone.
But the heart's in there, the liver is in there, and the neck is in there.
Right.
Yeah.
All of that goes into her stuffing.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, if it's in the bird, it gets boiled and chopped up and
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's
Mhm.
I don't know. I think that's maybe why mother's dressing is just so much better than everybody else's.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
but no, he takes the insides of them and puts them in a bag and hauls them off because you can't leave them where you hunt because the deer won't come back.
Right, right. Okay.
Now, here is something that I did not know. That for a period of 400 years, it was illegal to celebrate Christmas in Scotland. Did you know that?
No, but I know that nowadays they're doing some weird legislature stuff over there that I don't like.
All right. Before the Reformation in 1560, Christmas in Scotland had been a religious feasting day. But then the powerful Kirk, which I'm assuming is the leader, church.
The Kirk is the church.
Okay. Frowned upon anything that related to Roman Catholicism. So the Scottish Parliament passed a law in 1640 that made celebrating Yule vacations illegal, and the baking of Yule bread was criminal. You couldn't even bake the bread. Even after Charles II was restored to the throne, celebrating Christmas was frowned upon in Scotland for a long time, and it wasn't until 1958 that December the 25th became a Scottish public holiday, which is why the Hogmanay and the New Year celebrations in Scotland were so important.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. Christmas Day became a public holiday in 1958 in Scotland. Both Boxing Day and New Year's Day achieved public holiday status in 1974.
Okay.
I just thought that was,
Mm-hmm.
I thought everybody celebrated Christmas. I didn't know that it was illegal anywhere to celebrate Christmas unless you were like in a Muslim, Islamic place, communist place. Yeah. But Scotland, I would have never thought that it would.
Well, did they celebrate anything at Christmas? I mean, I can understand them wanting to stay away from the Christmas tree and stuff because technically that's not a Christian thing.
They were they didn't celebrate anything that had to do with Roman Catholicism. The Hogmanay they still celebrated, and New Year's they celebrated.
Okay.
So there was something at that time of year. It just wasn't Christmas.
Okay.
The last place, and this is my second one, my last one, but I was thinking, what a better place to take your children, or in my case, my grandchildren, on a fantasy family vacation than to go to the home of Santa Claus. And I'm talking like the home of Santa Claus. This is in Lapland. Now, all kinds of tours and stuff that you can go to. Oh, I've done forgotten how to pronounce this place. Hang on. I saved the pronunciation. Slow.
Rovaniemi.
Rovaniemi, Lapland is where this is. Now, this village, the Santa Claus village, sits on the Arctic Circle. So you can actually stand with 1 foot in Lapland and 1 foot north of the Arctic Circle. So if you're going to go somewhere to see the Northern Lights, I think this would be the place. Experience Christmas all day, every day of the year.
At this place.
Rovaniemi. Rovaniemi. Oh my gosh. I absolutely suck at pronunciations. You can meet Santa Claus, and he even has his sack, and he gives out toys to the kids that come. You can have cookies and milk with Santa. There it was. I was talking about the Arctic Circle. And the Northern Lights, you can rent cabins, and there are hotels and Airbnbs and places that you can get, and just to sit and watch those Northern Lights. There was this past October.
Yeah.
I think you could see the Northern Lights a little bit here in West Virginia. It was overcast, and I have this huge maple tree in the backyard, but I never saw them. I did have friends that could see them from where they were, and they posted pictures on Facebook. It was so pretty.
Yeah, I saw somebody who got the New River Gorge Bridge with the lights behind them.
Yes. Yes.
It was pretty cool.
When it's not Christmas, and like do summer things, you can go boating and you can go fishing. You can do fishing tours. Like they take you out on the boat and you go fish up there with all that ice. They also have an ice restaurant and an ice bar where the entire facility is carved out of ice.
Yeah, I've seen these. Yeah.
And a snow hotel where you're actually sleeping on the ice and in the snow.
No, thanks.
Yeah, I don't think so. Where was it? I'll find it. I'll link it. They have a live camera that you can watch.
Oh, okay.
And you saw people. Maybe they have turned it off because it would be nighttime over there right now, wouldn't it? What's the time difference?
I have no idea. I know that
I'm thinking
London
it's like
is
around
6 hours ahead of us.
Okay. Well, it was 3 o'clock last night, and these people were shopping, and it looked like it was 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
And these people were out shopping. You could see people, they were all, they had the caps and the mittens and the scarves and the boots, and they were walking around. Some people were on the phone. Some people taking pictures. Other people would stand and wave at the camera. Which I thought was really cool. Yeah. But that's where I would go. I would go to Scotland and I would go see Santa. So that's where we would go. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd go into Lapland to see Santa Claus. Yes, I would do that. I would do that in a heartbeat. Go to Scotland and look at all the castles and the locks, and
You'd have to get on a plane.
I know, but I would still do it. Like I would get on a boat to go deep sea fishing, but I don't like boats and I don't like being in water over my head, but I would still do that.
We should take Mother on a cruise to Alaska.
I think she would like that.
She's always wanted to go to Alaska.
Yeah, she would like that. We'll take my youngest son. He's always wanted to go to Alaska.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a cool place.
I don't know what we're talking about next week. It's the 22nd. That episode, I can get it out on the 23rd or the 24th. So I don't know what we're going to. We'll find something.
Yeah, we'll find something.
Shalon's got a birthday party to get to. I'm sorry, her youngest has a birthday party to get to.
It's like, what?
She just has to go buy a present.
That quick, it went out of my head.
All right. Dee Dee,
Huh?
I love you.
Love you.
This is a good topic. I liked looking this stuff up.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go into pricing like Shalon did because
that's the only thing I looked up, just because it was something that I could click on, and I was like, oh, let's just see how much this costs.
Well, I think it's probably cheaper to get a passport, book a flight, and go stay in Edinburgh than it is to stay at the Plaza Hotel.
And believe it or not, when I was looking at the website in New York, that was not the most expensive.
Wow.
Yeah. There was one that was over $100,000, and I don't remember what the name of that one was, but that's just stupid.
That is stupid amounts of money.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will discuss amongst ourselves a topic for next week. And Dee Dee, until then, we'll talk to you in chat and see you next Sunday.
Okay.
All right. Mwah.
Love you.
Bye.
Love you.
Oh, there's
Bye.
Lynn. There's Candy.
Thanks, Lynn.